Hello guys, welcome to our channel. So today we'll be talking about PixelLab, the introduction to PixelLab, so the interface and everything about PixelLab. One of the things is that PixelLab is very user friendly and I would like you guys to. So let's quickly dive into it. If you look below here, you can see the defaults. These are PixelLab defaults interface. Okay. So it might not look similar to what you have on yours because this is a PixelLab Pro version. This is a Pro version of PixelLab. So the icon on the last space is where you can click and see your project.
Under here you can see the text icon. This is the text icon. This is it, the text icon. So when you click on the text icon, it pops up and you start editing your text. This is it. The plus icon allows you to add new text, while the post icons allow you to add quotes. So let's click on the post icon. You can see many quotes. So the posts are on English, French and Indonesian language. Maybe yours will be in other language too. So we have motivational quotes, we have quotes for success, we have for friendship, for happiness, inspiration and positivity. We have also absorb quotes. So we are not going on that now. So this is how you can add your new text. Once you click on the plus icon, you can add your new text. You can choose different kinds of text styles. Under your style, if you click on the browser, you can see some text file that is available on PixelLab already. You can make use of it and add your text styles. Then you can edit your text. This is the icon where you can edit your text and add in the text you want to. You can equally delete your text. You can copy it. Under the copy, you can move it to the front and you can move it to the back. This is the positions where you move your text to any position you wish, like moving your text to. Okay, this is relative position. If you want to centerize your text or move it to the upper range or move it or allow it to be in the middle of anywhere that you've placed it, this is the tool you are going to make use of to center it. If you look on the middle, that's this place. This allows you to center your text. Once you click on it, it brings the text to the center, just like I've done now. Then on this other place, on this other angle, it allows you to move the text to the right hand side. As you can see, it has moved to the right hand side. Then the other one allows you to move to the left hand side, which is this. This also allows you to move to the right, and this, and so on and so forth. Here moves it to the middle. If you want your text to be on the middle, you can just click here and it will bring out to the middle. So that's just on these two. Then the next tool we have is our size tool. This is the tool where we resize our text. We can increase and decrease the text. This is on this tool that you can make use of it. Then we have our paddings. To moving our text to the left paddings or to the right paddings, is this where we make use of these two to do that. Then we have our color, where you can apply colors on your text. Any colors you wish to, you can apply it on your text. And this color also features gradient. It also features gradient colors of different styles, of different types too. Then we have the opacity. This is where you can decrease and increase the opacity of your text. We have the rotate. This is where you can rotate your text to any angle you wish to. Then apart from this, you can equally rotate your text using this very angle, this very curve under the text. You can use it to rotate your text too. Then we have the maxing tool, where you can cut out your text using the maxing tool. You can cut out your text to put in your own customized styling on your text. This is the tool you are going to make use of. That's the maxing tool. This is where you choose your fonts. So under the fonts, PixelLab already has different fonts provided under the font section. So you can make use of any font you wish to make use of under the font section, and you make good use of it. One thing about PixelLab is that PixelLab allows you to, it's very friendly, user friendly. The interface is much understandable, unlike other graphic designing app on the mobile phone. Then you have your style, where you can decide to make your text bold, you can decide to bend it or add lines to it. And when you want to cancel, you just hit on this cancel T and it is cancelled. So I noticed the text is still having the effects from the max, so I have to go back to the max and off it. Then we have the curve, where we curve our text. We can curve to any angle, to -100 or +100, any angle you wish to curve your text to, you can do that using the curve tool. You have the background, where you can apply background on your text. This background you are applying on your text is different from the background of the design. So for some of you might want to design and you think your text should be on another background, you can do it this way, or you can add shapes to your text and then you add color on the shape. There are so many ways you can do that. So moving forward, we have alignment. This is where you align your text to any style you wish to. You can align to the left hand side, you can align to the right hand side, you can align it to be on the middle, you can equally justify after aligning. So we have spacing, where you can space your letters and you can also space your words. Then we have the stroke icon, where you add stroke to your text, just like I've done now. I added a white stroke on my text. You can equally add gradient strokes too. So we have the shadow. This enables you to add shadow on your text while designing. That's what the shadow option or the tool does. Then under the shadow, we have opacity for shadows. This can be decreased or equally increased. Then we have the blur ratio. The blur can be reduced, it can be increased too, depending on how you want your text to look. One thing is that you have every right to customize your text the way you want it and the way you want it, the way it should be on your design. Then we have you can enable offsets on your shadows, like the X offset, which moves the shadow to the right angle or to the left angle. We have the Y set, which moves it below or above. We have the inner shadows too. This enables shadow inside your text. Just like we've seen now, it has enabled a little bit shadow on our text, inside our text. So that's just what it does. And just similar with what we have on the shadow with the blur ratio and the offset and the offset Y and offset X. But here it doesn't have opacity. That's the only difference. Then we have emboss for some of you who might need it. So whenever you are using emboss, I will advise you that once you on your emboss, you should make sure that you go down and you off the bevel and specular. Okay, you can edit your specular hardness on this emboss. You can do that and your text looks good. But most of the times after editing and you decide to save, most of the times it doesn't come out really beautiful the way you thought it should be. Then we have our perspective. This is where we work on our text to have different kinds of looks. You can see the text, you can see the way it's looking. You can move it to any angle, you can make it to lie on the floor, you can move it any way you want to, just the way you want it to be. Then we have our 3D rotate. This enables you to rotate the text on a 3D angle. As you can see, we've rotated the text on 3D angles. This is what this icon does for you, these two. Okay. Then we have our 3D text, where you can add 3D effects on your text. Just like you've seen now, we've added 3D effects on our text, and it has perspective and oblique. So this is how they look on the oblique, and this is how it looks on the perspective. It has the depth. You can increase the depth, making it very, very deep. You can decrease the depth. You can add the depth color, any color you feel like adding. You can use the gradient, you can use color, but for some reasons we do prefer to use the auto color.
You can darken your 3D effect. You can leave it the way it is. It also have the Y rotations and the X rotation and Z rotation. It has simulates lightning. Then whenever you make use of this your 3D text, make sure you off the simulate lightning, so that after saving it is going to come out perfectly. Then we have the 3D shadow. This enables to add shadow to your text. It has the blur, it has expand, so it enables you to add shadow under your text, but you can still do that through other means, and you are going to learn about that as we continue. Then we have the reflection angles. This reflection helps to make your text reflect, so you can move to the vertical offset or to the horizontal offset depending on what you want to gain. So having done on this, the next icon we are going to talk about is these two icons. This enables you to import stickers to your designs and emojis. It also allows you to import from your file. As you can see, it also allows you to draw, and under the drawing section we have the colors, we have the eraser. This is the eraser over here. You can use it to erase. Once you click on it, you increase the pen size and you can erase. You can see it now as I'm erasing what I have just drawn. Then you can still reverse to what you want it to be. Then you can increase the smoothing, you can fill inside, you can dash lines, you can add the new effect. So what new effect does, now let me draw and you see what new effect does. Let me go back to my pencil. Okay, over here on my pencil, let me choose this color, and my new effect is on with the fill inside. And you can see, if you look closely on this drawing, you can see that there is new effect outside of it. Then if you leave close up the fill inside and you increase the dash lines, so when I'm drawing now, it is going to be dashy. You see it. So if I close the both, when I'm drawing, it's going to just be a straight drawing, and the new effect will be on it. You can blur, you can still leave it to be the way it is. So under it, we still have the shape. This is where you import your shapes. You can see different shapes that are available on PixelLab. These are the shapes that PixelLab has made available for you as a designer. So you can add as much as any shape you wish to. Then the only shape that has this radius is this block shape. That's the only shape that has the radius, the square. You can decrease, you can increase. So that's just it. Every shape also has opacity, where you can increase the opacity of the image or decrease the opacity. It also has colors and gradients. It has stroke. You can increase the stroke and you can reduce the stroke. Under the stroke you can actually decrease the opacity of the stroke or increase the opacity of the stroke. We have stroke colors too, and we have stroke styles. As you can see, the edges of the stroke just changed as I clicked on this. You can also blur your stroke, and when you blur the stroke, it's going to look like a shadow. That's just it on this tool. So the next one is the Bezier tool. This Bezier tool allows you to make some kinds of drawings some kinds of drawings on the PixelLab app. You can make use of this Bezier tool where you are making designs of logos and the rest of it, or some kind of element you couldn't find online and download. You make use of Bezier tool and you cut in shapes. So the Bezier tools has this place where you can copy, when you can add more to it. As you can see, I'm adding more Bezier tools depending on what I want to design. Then you can move to the next one you want to start working on by clicking on the right angle, or by clicking on this greater than angle or the less than angle. Then you can click on minus to delete anyone that you don't wish to be on the design. Then when you click on here, you are adding to the Bezier tool. When you click over here, you are trying to edit them. Then when you click over here, you are trying to move it to where you want it to be placed. Then this place allows you to lock to add more, and this place allows you to lock your Bezier tool together. So as you can see, it's locked and you can see it's opened. This place is where you can scale your Bezier tool, where you can scale it. This other place is where you can rotate your Bezier tool to the angle you wish to, and it also has strokes in case you want to increase strokes, and this strokes also has opacity, and it also has strokes color to both your color and your gradient. Moving again, we have the arrow tool. This allows you to add arrows on your design. So on the arrows, you can see the size, you can see the beginning arrow. The beginning arrow is over here. This icon that is moving now, that's the beginning arrow. You can change it to any one you wish to. As you can see, it's changing. Then you have the end arrow. The end arrow is this one over here. This one moving over here is the end arrow. You can change this to any one you wish to. Then it has the opacity, where you can decrease and increase the opacity. It also has the color. It also has the stroke, and you can decrease or increase the opacity of the stroke, and it also has stroke color too. Then when you've added this kind of arrow, the arrow has equally almost what we have on the text, which include emboss, inner shadow, the perspective, the 3D shape, the 3D rotates, the erase color, the maxing, the eraser, the stroke, the color filter. Okay, now let's talk about color filter again. Color filter allows you to filter your color hue, your color saturation, the brightness and contrast. So again, we also have the stroke. We've talked about stroke and how it works. It also has maxing. Maxing, we've talked about it. It is used to cut out some part of the shape that you don't wish to use. So the next place is going to our main background, which is over here. So this place allows you to add color to the background. You can see as I've added color to the background. So it equally allows you to make your background transparent or import images that you want to be on the background. There are images from your gallery, or there are images from the app too you can make use of. It also allows you to change the size of your background. Under the image size, you can change the size of your background. Look at the image size over here. This is the image size where you can change the size of your background. So you can decide to change the size to whatever you want to. Then under here, it has some very significant sizes that it has listed already for you, like the custom size, which is 1 by 1. We have the square, we have the profile picture square, we have the YouTube channel banner, the thumbnail, the Facebook art. We also have Google Plus cover photos and Twitter handle size. So it has already added these sizes. So when you just want, you can just click on any of the sizes depending on what you want to design, and you add them. But apart from that, you can choose your sizes yourself. So again, it can import from gallery. I've said that before, and it can also equally import from your camera. Then when you want to edit your background, you don't want to edit the picture, you just want to edit the background. This is where you click on this light icon over here. You click on this light icon over here, and you can now edit. Once you click on it, you can rotate the background to the angle you want. You can increase the vintage, and the vintage has colors, it has the alpha and the rest of it. You can add noise to it. You can do a whole lot over here. So I want to cancel the vintage by offing it. Then you can add stripes on your designs. You can increase the brightness, you can increase the contrast. You can work on the contrast, on the hue and the saturation. So this is it about the icons we have below here. So above here, when you click on the plus icon, you can see where you can add a text, you can add current dates, you can add stickers, you can add shapes, you can import from your gallery, and you can equally draw clicking on the plus icons. Then over here This one that looks like a SD card is where you can save your project or as a project or as an image. Then this is the share icon. This is the quote icon, the one we saw on the test too. This is another icon where you can use image from your gallery. That's important image from your gallery. You can equally click on full screen to make sure you are seeing your full screen. Then you can use image from your camera. You can export image, and you can change your image size using here. You can contact the PixelLab team through this icon. You can also watch PixelLab tutorials, some of it on YouTube, through this icon, and you can recover some auto saved. You can open your PPR file, and you can also check out on the about or exit from PixelLab from that icon. Then over here is your layer. This is your layer where you see your layers on what you are working on. So this is the layer icon. Over here is the layer icon. This is where it enables you to see what you're working on PixelLab. This here is the rule icon. It allows you to rule your designs, to know where you are making your placement, to make sure your designs are on the same line. It allows you to do that. Okay, so this place allows you to zoom, and it allows you to zoom back. That's what it does. This is the reverse icon, and this is the delete, and this is the edit. Whether you want to bring it to the front, you want to take it to the back, you want to move the places your text or your image is, you want to move it from the position it was to another position, you can do it here. You can equally rotate using this icon. So this is all we need to know about PixelLab interface and the tools on PixelLab. So I'm waiting for you guys, and I believe you are going to watch the next video. You like and you comment and you share. Thank you.